Quickmath started off things as they mean to continue it. The question is, can they continue it in a similar style to what we saw yesterday on Miramar? Miramar, they went for back-to-back wins, both 20-point games within it. Now they've just started off with an Erangel win, 18 points in total coming away with it. They did get 8 kills in the end. I'm definitely going with that now. Can't see it, they got 7. But we'll find it all worked out at the end. Can they do it again, though, Toby? Can it go in their favour?
If they continue this, they're going to win the league. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's of course as coincidental. The circle has to go somewhere. It goes on them. It's just hilarious that it happens. It's literally 4 games in a row where it's always the 5th shift, right? Because that's the one where it goes. It's the 5th shift becomes so much smaller than the previous one. It's like the bigger difference as opposed to the previous circle. Yeah. And that's the one where you're like, especially if you're edge team, you're like, come to us. And Quickmath, they've just been there. I mean,
even in the game they didn't win, though, it started going their way, remember?
They were sitting. I mean, you could argue that 2OU was Corps was the center of the last circle. But nonetheless, game number 2 on the day and second to final Erangel game of Phase 2. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Is coming our way and fairly decent playing at it. Everyone can pretty much go where they want. Interested in seeing where 4AK will go. Seems like they'll go back up towards Sargi. Considering that the whole Stalpa Kamishka wouldn't really be available here, but now only 63 on the server. Who we're missing, James?
Who may be joining back in, or who has dropped off completely?
Also, is Bjorn back in the mix? Fix Hamster. Velan. Nope, Velan is back in it. For those of you guys, for him that is an unfamiliar face. He used to be a player for G2 back in the day. Very talented player. He's been in the mix for a long time, and now he is indeed, as far as I know, the coach and manager for G2. No, for Gamerlegion, sorry.
Well, he is filling the boots in for his teammates, and not an easy thing to do, but Gamerlegion are well within it at the moment. There's no problems for them.
I mean, that's when you speak of having that 5th player, for example, with the whole Moonwolf thing on day 1, right? Of course, the coach's role isn't, I will just be here so that if someone isn't there, then I can step in for him. But having a guy that's with the team, that knows the team, that can do these things, is very, very, very useful. And I'm looking at this right now, and I'm looking at Rip9 right now. I think, from what I can see, that he's in a compound with a PG player. There are 3 faces in there. Yep, yep, there is. Naleb is in there.
The Tommy!
He was going for the flush. Get 1 point secured. Not gonna happen. The Tommy gun doesn't prevail.
Bit of excitement to kick things off with. How do you end up in that position, though?
I think it's the fact that we need a home. They do go west every now and again when they can't get the SNI planes, right? But I just don't think they were ready for it.
Never expected it to be literally the same compound, no.
Naleb, he was probably just looting, landing by himself, going la-di-dee, la-di-da. And then when he looks to the sky, it's like, wait, this door is already open? What the hell? And then it's too late to do anything about it.
I'd just like to say, Se7en is still within the circle. Quickmath.
100% circle guarantee for Quickmath. It continues. It's 5 games in a row now where they have not been outside the circle yet. That is true, James. But then again, circle 1.
I love it.
We cannot base it off where they land. We have to base it off where they rotate to first circle. That's the one that determines it, you know?
Okay.
So wherever Quickmath goes this game is where the game is going to end.
I like it.
I don't.
I'm down with this conspiracy theory.
It's always interesting to follow. Maybe this conspiracy will be because that's normally how it is, right? One conspiracy leads to another. Yep. So who knows? Who knows what the next thing will be after we debunk the whole Quickmath magnet situation.
Magnetize me up. That's what Quickmath are saying. They want to pull all the circles towards them. We'll wait and see how it all goes down. As it'll be after that fun start for PG, when we need a home, it'll be one of these ones where we sit there and say, we'll wait for things to just play out as potentially per usual.
Tubesic didn't have a card to leave the compound. Fortunately, T-Bone and Page didn't see him running, because that could have been him exposed and in a tough situation, but seems like he will be able to make his way over towards his teammates. And Se7en, well, I mean, they've been a little around. They did have a couple of games where they looted it down in Mills of Power, even one where they landed there with Avangar and tested them, but seems like, well, I mean, after leaving Pachinki after the group stages, that that Rossack has become their home, even having a bit of a split over with Atlantis now. Do you call it Watertown or Atlantis? What do you go for?
I prefer Atlantis because it just sounds better, but I always say Watertown.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just the one I've heard more often. What do you go for, Atlantis?
I used to always say Atlantis. I guess I kind of say both now. The only because it doesn't have a name. It's never had a name before, like actual written name, right?
Yes.
So I always just said Atlantis because when I started, the guy that introduced me to PUBG was a friend of mine, and we had done Atlantis the musical together. So it made sense to call it Atlantis.
Fair enough.
Good days. Oh, Hamster, he's coming to visit.
Oh no, Jupes's ready. Hamster will go in front of him. He doesn't want to pop out just yet because he's instantly going to go down. His teammates are coming through as well, but this is going to be easy pickings for the likes of No Tag Team. And Jupesig, he wasn't done yet, wanted to take some shots, but they'll just drive on by. Fex is trying to escape with his life. Will take a few shots towards him, but he's now also got Paige from Zen.
I'm not saying that this has anything to do with the fact that Bjorn isn't here, because of course, crazy things can happen and rotation can go wrong. But to my understanding, Bjorn is part of calling a lot of the shots in their team, and scout, him not being there. I mean, he's always the aggressive guy that goes out and gets the info, right? That's the second game now where they have a tough time on early rotations.
It's a dynamic change, right? It's like you said,
for sure.
A coach can be very good at the game. They have to be to actually understand what's going on, but actually putting it into practice and playing out are two very different things. So
yeah. In this case, I'm not going to take anything away from Wieland, having seen him play before me. He's a very, very talented guy. It's just whenever it happens twice in a row, right off of not having that.
Oh yeah, but that's what I was saying.
Very
right?
verbal guy in there. Yeah.
The point I was trying to make is the fact that it's a different dynamic. It doesn't matter if you bring in another pro player, if you bring in one of the best players in the world. That's still not the same team you used to doing your standard plays with, or your practiced out plays.
Also, if Bjorn is the one that does call the shots in their team, and he's all of a sudden not there, I mean, one thing is that you have a player sub out as a support guy, you can just fill him in. But when it's the in-game leader, when it's the one who calls the shots and tells the other guys what to do, if he's the one missing, then who steps up and does that? Because there's a reason he was the one doing it to begin with. Right now, Fex does get found. Frank is going to be able to finish him off, and Wieland and Macken, they're going to be, hoping that they get a little bit of Quickmath towards them.
Yeah, they're left in limbo for now. They'll just be trying to bide their time and find themselves any sort of cover they can.
That's what people are doing right now, James. They're sitting in Discord. They're writing to the Quickmaths and can you please come over to walk? We're sitting in this compound. Can you just take the one next to us so we know we'll be in the next circles?
I will pay you 500 euros.
If you sit in the compound next to us, because we want circles too.
Imagine if just all the other teams start jumping up towards Quickmath and just like, we'll just come with you. And they're like, no, this isn't how it works.
Yeah. No, then it doesn't work anymore. We don't want to help you guys. Kind of curious as to what Calvin and Tossero were doing there, but it seemed like they were having a bit of a picnic behind the shack. Always good fun. Chill. And, wait for that next circle.
And that's what it's going to come down to, where this next circle goes and how the teams are split up. Because, yes, we're more further down towards the south, but we can still go north. Doesn't have to avoid any water at this stage, which means, depending on where Quickmath place themselves, depending on where we may go.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see if Ghost Quickmath, they haven't really made their way over the river just yet. But, of course, there's a big chance that it will indeed happen eventually. Tug, Avangar, 0-point game last time around, but Maxison managed to sneak his way to a third place, so points with it nonetheless. It's just not the same Avangar that we've seen before, and that's, to me, one thing is to say it's scary, but if Avangar becomes in a situation where they might not even make it, if they don't make it into top 12 here, I could assume to see changes coming in for the next phase.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they already made one after the group stages.
Exactly.
Imagine if it's just Snoopy comes back.
I don't know. I know that an Octave.
We can only speculate.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Go too deep into it. But I know an Octave was really nice in both making a Russian and English announcement on the whole situation with the team. So if you guys want to get a little more in depth with the reasoning behind the change of players, then you can jump on over to an Octave's Twitter profile. He announced it in there. It's just, dynamic things. A lot of things come into play, obviously, that we can't know because we're sitting here and they're sitting at home playing. But I don't know, it's different, right? Because just because you put in a new player, it might not be that player that was the problem at any point. It could be something completely different that should you do it somewhere else? Should you just change up the way you play?
I think often some people forget that some players will just decide that, I don't want to play competitive anymore. I want to have a break.
Yeah.
It is very intense to get through all of this. As McCann's going to find himself getting knocked. Quickmath, they're still in the circle, but it's not essential this time, so maybe the magnets are slightly wearing off when it comes down to it. But that leaves only one Gamerlegion player up and within it.
Yeah, and he's having the entirety of Moonwolf Crash's compound Wieland by himself. This is your time to shine, Wieland. This is your time to show us exactly what you've got. He's trying to jump out the window. Third time's the charm. Fourth time. Oh, he just walled instead.
Noise has been
Jumps
made.
back in now. Sneaky plays from a sneaky player.
I like it. He's listening. You can hear. He's waiting for the footsteps.
Oh,
They see him.
nice try, though. I like the idea. They even needed them as well, just to be sure.
Double 16th places to kick things off with. Not the end of the world, but not what they would have wanted. They are with the coach, though, so you have to take that as a caveat within it.
Not the type of start you would have wanted. And, of course, there's still one more game to play today, but that's going to be all actually sung for Erangel, at least for this phase.
And not just spraying off towards the Quickmath players as they're going to rotate for a more central position here, but they've got Quickmath and Se7en and Avangar all in the same area fighting at the moment.
Everybody rotating through and Misa taking down early on. Maybe that's the difference to it. If they lose a player too early, then they won't work for them. Ooh, Max is always like the way he tried to line up. That one didn't work. That one just missing as well. And Max is all really, you should have 2 headshots by now. What is this? What is this, Max is all? No, of course, really, really hard shots to connect, and unfortunately for him, doesn't quite work out. But Quickmath, what is up with you guys? It seems like circles really it's not working for them.
Well, I like it, actually. Do you know why? Because they've just lost the power of a percentage of their magnet. 25%. They've lost one player.
Yeah.
So the magnet is now weaker.
Aha.
I've worked it all out.
Yep.
I've done the Quickmath, and I understand.
It makes sense. It makes sense. They all, like, you have to combine the whole set in order to get the full magnet effect, right?
Yes.
That makes perfect sense.
It's like the Infinity Stones.
Exactly. They only work when they're all together. I like that idea. It's a little unfortunate when you lose a player early, of course, but I like the idea. Calvin, Towser, they've been on a journey for a while. Been chilling by themselves. And well, I mean, now they're down here again. They do have Cold Immense and Fake to help out, but...
Yeah, they had an unfortunate first game. They went out in 12th, but they were fighting so many different teams. They just couldn't pick up any points.
Constantly shooting everywhere, but when there's so many targets to choose from, it's hard to really pinpoint and, well, commit to one, I guess I should say.
Oh, Melman, an example. They're poking out against Cold Immense, but he's able to do some damage. So either way, if any of these players get knocked, it's not going to be the end of the world. But this damage being done early, applying the pressure, also seeing where they're trying to hide from them at the moment, just outside of school.
Destroy vests, destroy helmets, so many benefits of taking these early game shots. I mean, of course, if you're in a situation where you don't want to be seen, maybe you don't want to make sound either. But in these cases, they're both very locked down, so get all the damage in that you can, because there's a pretty big chance that Cold Mensa has a better chance of finding vests and helmets in his compound than what these guys do up in the shack.
Avangar out in the open, they wanted to take these fights. They've moved on from around Water Town, and they've moved their way off towards where no tag team are. They're still playing a 2-2 split just outside of Rozok. You can see Asverin and Tok.
Quickmath, this circle. Do they get it, James?
It's gone.
It's gone.
The magnet is broken. You lost
Moonwolf.
one member.
Moonwolf magnet. Oh no, it's a new thing, James.
You can imagine if we had to start saying this for every team that got circles towards them. Nope, it's only Quickmath that have had it. You have to have multiple games with it going your way. Now, Quickmath, how do you play it from here? Because these are the type of games where we see they spend a lot of time rotating. They like to try and rotate early, but they go through teams and they don't get the position they want, and then they get picked off.
We can put it this way. Quickmath is not an early game fighting team. Both because we don't see them do it, but also because that's clearly not where they strive.
Yeah, it's not their style.
Exactly. So hopefully they'll find somewhere to lay low in the circle. Seems like they're rotating really safe north around Rozok now. In the meantime, watch out, Moonwolf. They took this compound away for Gamerlegion. And well, they'll be happy with it now.
Are they that happy? Like
I think
happy
so.
Feet? Happy?
Yep. Maybe with even one more happy to it.
Wow. I wish
One
I was
team that's
that
not happy, that's Se7en, because they just got completely torn to pieces by Calvin and one of the Avangar players, I believe. Just one left alive now. Buster trying to make a rotation on his own.
Se7en cannot catch a break, and it's scary for them because they're currently within the top 12, but if they don't start getting some points, then it's going to be a very difficult position to hold on to.
Page is taking down no tag, and Zoekt Een Naam fighting things off from a distance. They have to save to reach their compound, so Should be able to get the rest back on up. And you can see Comfort immediately being spotted as he tried to look up towards Buster.
Straight away gets on the bandage, doesn't want to risk it. No need for it at the moment. And again, Desperado, got to give them credit. They're just active. It doesn't matter which teams we end up looking at. They're somehow taking shots and doing a bit of damage.
Well, they are on the edge of the circle and they need to eventually make their way on forward. And Buster, well, seems like it's going to commit to... Whee!
Style points. Perfectix knows exactly where you've gone. You've just taken 57 points of damage. The headshots come in. Buster just running away. Going to heal himself up, but how quickly will he be hunted down?
Yeah, Northern Lights heard his bike coming in. You can see both Perfectix and the Deep scouting around and trying to see if they can find him.
He did make a very swift exit, though. That was some like movie style. Get off, run straight out of there.
Knew he had to. There was going to be people around for sure. Ultra try to get away, but it's not going to happen. Quizzy is there to do damage on Ronnie as well, though. And they were standing still. They were shooting up the hill, and that is Quizzy. Just saying, thanks, guys. You could not have made it any easier.
They're going to have their kills stolen away. Oh, no, it did go into Ronnie.
Oh, he got just exactly the last tick
there.
there.
I thought the next bullet came out and Quizzy had taken it away, but that's not going to happen for now. He will drive forward, though, and get involved further into this. Besiktas players are just around the corner waiting by.
Yeah, Quizzy's going to have a tough time rotating through that one. Buster is trying to make a run as well as Hannibro in the meantime. Well, he hurt Quickmath. And they're still on the eastern side, far out there with the circle popping now. Let's see if they get the benefit of it. If there was just a one circle off. Nope, it was not. But in all fairness, look, if we... Okay. In all fairness, if you're looking at the map stream right now, there's a really big portion of these teams up north. And a lot of teams will have to make their way around the side down south.
There was hardly any teams just until now that are actually in the circle either.
This circle is very interesting, and Northern Lights, of course, and this is one of the things being, when you get these hard shifts to either direction, teams have to rotate, and Northern Lights, they realize they're in a position to get some kills off of it, and they got themselves one.
PGA team just picked apart very quickly there by both Northern Lights and Besiktas. No attempt in trying to even hold that back.
You see the circle, Misa drives forward, and Silento and Pelsic are there to make sure that no one's peeking out from the compound, and they all of a sudden have themselves a pretty decent spot in the next one. This game is going to be hard. We saw how many teams were up north. We got three teams make that with Buster in it. Inside of Pachinki already. And then you have 5 teams, full stack teams up on this side of the hill. And Arrow's dodging the first one. Can he dodge the other ones too? Not going to happen. An Octave finishes off his teammate, but he knew it was going to be worth it. They had to get away from there. And somehow, out of ammo, Tuck and an Octave do manage to get away.
Tok took a lot of damage, though. They're going to try and bring up some of their teammates here for no tag team, but Tok is potentially in a position to do some kill and damage towards them as the Noctive's gone down. And I think now that makes Tok the only Avangar player.
Yeah, and I think that's also going to be him forced to not really dare to go that aggressive. He does have nades, throw them in there, especially if you're last player alive.
Do it, Tok.
What's the worst that can happen? No, not quite far enough.
Bit of damage. More going out.
Bouncy, bouncy. Nope. Not going to happen.
Now you just got to get out of there.
Throw some smokes. Get a run in, get into safety. Rita, upside down. That's, of course, not what you want to have happen, especially when you're in the blue and you've got 2 full 4-man teams looking your way.
Yeah, timing on that. That's not going to be ideal. And it's phase 4, so the damage starts to certainly add up here as Nixties, he's going to start off strong. Rip9's gone as well, and 4AK. They're saying, you cannot get into this circle. We will just not allow it.
Ronnie went down earlier, and as we can see here, 3 kills so far. Ronnie got 1 of them before he disconnected from the server. Target's going to go down. That's going to be Avangar out in 14th place. Unfortunate for them, especially when you see Riddle right here starting to secure points already.
Yeah, Riddle looking to do a lot of damage, and Desperado, they are feeling the pressure. Coldamenta trying to hold on, but it's not meant to be. And that was very quick, true annihilation coming out there from Riddle onto Desperado.
Clip and Hanny's just really applying the pressure needed to secure those kills in there. Page, Nate thrown over the hill, nose Lipson is knocked already. Should be able to get the flush in with that one. Nope, it's down to about half. Bleeding effect will get finished off there. Rita goes down too, and that is going to be them eliminated. And Zoekt Een Naam managing to get themselves some points here in game number 2 on the day.
More nades going down with it as well in front of Zen. They'll continue to push forward. It's 4AK who will be the next targets for him. Northwest could be found on his own here without too much of a reply. He's instantly going to run back down the hill. He doesn't want to fight into this yet. He knows he needs his team with him.
See Basket trying to hold the angle here. Going to fall back down. They know That hill push, probably not what you want to do right now. They're still in the circle, chill it out, wait it out. They do get it towards him. Honestly, Quickmath, I mean, even though they're quiet right now, 3 circles now in a row shifting away from them, and we always see them finding a spot in the new one, and that's what they can do. That's why I say they don't fight early game. They prioritize the rotations because they can make them. They can make back situations look really good.
But look at this. The whole eastern side where they've just taken is empty. Up the north, we've got Winside, Tornado, No Tank Team, Riddle, and Moonwolf, all focused on fighting here. This is going to be carnage. Yeah. No one is going to come off on top of this. If you can see one team walk away with 4 players alive from this, I am going to be impressed.
That is going to be really, really hard to do. Chaos, Chaos, and Chaos. It's going to come in for all of these people. Jupsig and Give It, 2 of the ones up there trying to stay put. Already now things are starting to look hard.
Slowly but surely these players are going to have to move. The blue is going to come in, and there are plenty of teams waiting for him. Hanny very low on health, trying to keep himself going here. Clibs are on the right-hand side of him, trying to get the job done. They're working together as a team, and Hjort will find the final player of No Tag Team, seeing him go out in 11th.
8 kills for Riddle so far. Hanny does get knocked. Should oh, that's a quick finish off coming in there. I think it's the second knock as well, and that's going to be the finish off too. Denethor secures that one, but for Clip and for Hjort, even if they do go down now, still a lot of points accumulated this game.
The real winners here is going to be Moonwolf, who's waiting for these other teams to come down.
Moon is like, I'm not even going to look back. I'm just going to keep on running. Gifted, you're on your own.
Oh!
He didn't even turn around to look towards Xavier. It's like, no. Didn't work out, though.
If you can't see me, I can't see you. That works with my son. I don't think it's going to work against PUBG pros, you know.
Ostrich mentality. Example is going to be found there as well. Moonwolf secure themselves that kill and a top 8 spot guaranteed. And Buster, he is going to crawl his way further forward and trying to see if he can find a spot in the next circle. And now Quickmath are starting to line up kills too.
I love Buster. He's already done better than Avangar, and he's just solo.
He's just crawling.
Oh, this nade page.
Yeah.
This could be literally on his teeth. There we go. Bombs away, Northwest down, and 4AK, they're not going to win out this fight going up against the likes of Zen. They were ready and waiting. They backed away when needed, and they pushed forward when they felt comfortable. And now Nixties has got Quickmath not too far behind him either.
And that's the good and bad with those vehicles in the late game. Sure, they're great if you need to get a quick getaway, but well, they also do tend to become magnets for nades and everything else. When you're in an area where there's 1 tree available, odds are they'll throw the nade to that 1 tree, and that's where they'll find you.
Now, does anyone want to try and go for the M249 in the open field? Probably not. It's pretty scary, as Buster will eventually be found. It's Oko to pick up the kills, and Se7en will be going out in 8th place.
Interested in seeing how Quickmath are going to play this one. They're probably going to move in late with the circle on the eastern side if Zoekt Een Naam don't push all the way over. There are 4 guys up, and we know how they play it on the edge. They do become that lawnmower that just runs through people. It seems like PEL is just making his way down in that direction, too. Same time, Clip and Hjort up on the top side. They know that Moonwolf are in the compound, but do you want to over-peak this one or just let them get towards you and then you start shooting with element of surprise in your favor?
Yeah, it's about who's going to end up moving first here. As Zen, they keep poking down, looking, then they get some shots towards them, and they're unsure if they want to get involved in the fights or not. As Nixties, how's he going to get away with that? He went straight in with a flush, and then 4AK go down, but it's Missy that picks up the kill. He actually helps out Zen in the end. That's wild.
And that's clutch info for Zoekt Een Naam as well. Now they know what team they're dealing with. Unfortunate, of course, that Ival gets finished off, but they were not prepared for Nixties to be sneaking around. And it did become the end of them. Tomil is in the hilltop. Will he be able to stay there for much longer? Though we won't know. Arco is the first one to go down. No underhand nades thrown so far. So at least for now, he's staying put. Yeah, and he has Simsi there too.
Don't do a... it was Frank that did it, right?
I think so, yeah.
Don't do a Frank, Tomil.
Don't pull a Frank on us. Tomil, he is... well, I mean, he doesn't have any nades, so it's not even going to be an option. But he's going to stay up here. And the good thing for him is, as we said before, he has Simsi in the shack on the other side. As center as she can be. Now we spot out Washout in the distance. He's driving left and right and all over the place. Vehicle that's going to go bada bing, bada boom. And unfortunately for Washout, alive for now. But how? Tomil? Tomil? What? Okay, thank you, Tomil. That took a little longer.
Oh, that's huge, though.
Timing.
He finds Resu as well. Tomil, there's no way you can pull this off. He's going in for the flush as well against Resu, and there's no answer from Moonwolf. That is absolutely huge from Tomil. He should be completely impressed with himself with that one.
Heard the nade like the pin pulled, peeked out the window, and knew he could catch him off guard. And with a little help from the Deep and shooting in from the distance, that's going to be them eliminated. And Besiktas left to see another day. Great play from a great player.
Quickmath now trying to push on Zen, though. This fight down in the south's been going on for the longest time, while the final two Riddle players in Hjort and Klib, they've taken the eastern side that Quickmath controlled for quite a while. Misse needs to be careful. He's got it going. He starts off with the first bit of the spray down. Going to throw a nade up as well. The question is, can he control this to take them down? He's got Encelenso and Pelchage right behind him. Page starts off spraying onto Misse. He misses a fair few shots there. Will force them to cower behind the car now and find themselves some extra cover, but no one really wants to go in with this.
You see how they're pinning them down right now, even though it's a 3v3. Quickmath has no return on this one. Misse is down low, and Encelenso trying to hold the back angle on his own. Does get Page down to under half HP. They're taking damage in return. And Vasco even has so much excessive energy here that he can just start shooting at other teams. Might want to reload that mini though.
You saw he went for it like, oh no, didn't actually reload. Let's go, come on. He's hungry for some more kills, and they're going to deal away with Riddle, no problem at all.
Good game from Riddle, though.
Impressive stuff from Vasco. Like, you're already dealing with Quickmath, and then you go in for it. Page creeping forward here as well. Encelenso's proned and ready. Misse's not going to poke out yet, and the smoke's still providing him some cover.
And I think this is the Achilles heel of Quickmath. Like, this is what gives that, like, yeah, but that's not, one thing is the fights itself, it's just they allow themselves to get pinned down like this because they don't dare to aggress. When do you ever see Quickmath? I know they had that 17 kill game, was really good and all, but when do you ever see them being the engagers in a fight? They're always the, what do you say? They're on the receiving end. Like, they're always the ones defending as teams come towards them. You can see Vasco, and I probably think they're like, why are they not doing anything here, guys? We can't push it. We have to shit back off. And that will, of course, allow for Quickmath to stay alive longer, but in the long run, it won't rack them up what they need.
They can't take damage from the circle. T-Bone ready and waiting for him. Damage being done. He will find himself getting knocked down there, but it's all he's going to be able to have happen. As Quickmath go out in 4th place, still very respectable, all things considered. And they didn't have the magnets with them this time around. They were down onto 3 players from very early on. But Zen here, this has cost them a bit. Some great shots coming out from Vasco, but they lost Ival in it unexpectedly. And now they're down in the far south, and they've got little information on what's ahead of them.
And look at what they have available. I mean, there's a Shag. Simsy has it. There's not a whole lot other you can play from Page. They're going to send the vehicle driving forward. Where are you going, guys? Oh, there's a bit of a hill on that side. Simsy is going to start chucking nades in that direction. Let's see if they can find their target.
Now remember, we saw Besiktas walk away with 2nd place and 11 kills in the first game. They're now into top 4. Not as many kills, but that Tomil performance alone was super impressive.
Yeah. They have a good chance here, because look at the overview. I mean, as long as Simsy and Tomil can play it off each other, they have each other's backs. They have a great, great crossfire lined up here. Vasco does get taken down by the blue. Damage from opponents, of course, played a big factor there. T-Bone does get back up on his feet now. So that's going to allow for Zoekt Een Naam to have 2 players up to the finish off here too.
What I love about Besiktas as well, we talk about Simsy, we talk about Tomil, but everyone on this team can have these moments where we're just completely in awe of everything they've been able to do.
For sure. Everybody on their team has a potential, and even, I mean, it goes for everyone that's live right now. All the players that are in here can pull off that crazy play, right? Quasi is in, T-Bone's in, Page in. Page has had a phenomenal week this week, and Simsy and Tomil added to the mix there too. That's just going to make things even more scary.
And the team's going to have to be moving very shortly, and they know...
Yeah.
The thing is, they don't even need to be aware that both the Besiktas players are in the only 2 compounds that were there. They're the ones able to just keep them at such a distance the whole way through, because the moment you want to step out, they'll be shooting at you.
Right now, Simsy is being held by Northern Lights and making sure that no one's peeking over, because he's the only one with the position in the circle right now. Tomil, he will have to leave, and there's nothing that Simsy can do to assist him, because as soon as he peeks out to assist, that's going to be bullets coming his way.
And he's got to be careful with these bullets as well. He doesn't have that many left.
You might as well use them, right? Nope.
Tomil tries to make the great escape. Part 1. Part 2, he's got through the second smoke, and Perfectus still thinks he's in the first.
He lost him, yeah, exactly.
That's
he lost
huge.
him in the smoke.
And he's now got in. No way. Tomil pushed in, got himself a chance here, but it's still open fields ahead of him.
Oh, Page spots Perfectix on the flip side. That's fortunate there. But again, we talked about it before. If there's one tree, you're going to nade the tree. In this case, if there's one rock, odds are the scopes are going to be on that rock. He's not on it, though. He's prone on the backside. I like this play from Tomil. Don't commit to the rock. You know, first of all, you'll probably be exposed to Northern Lights. And also with a bit of a dip you have there, it's going to work in your favor. Simsi, though, he's going to be the closest to the center. And he has a tough task out of them. He kind of needs Zoekt Een Naam and Northern Lights to fight it off against each other. Molotovs.
Page is catching a bit of the heat.
Literally.
T-Bone took a ton of damage just then, away from the zone.
Ooh, yeah.
That wasn't smart. That's not how it should have gone. T-Bone got to be very careful now. Quickly try and heal yourself up before you push into this one. Northern Lights trying to use the cards. The deep going up against T-Bone will find himself. The knock coming in. Zen go down. And now it's Besiktas versus Northern Lights. But Simsy, he still can't move.
2v3. 3 players with nades in hand. Simsy needs to get the hell out of the building. And now that he knows that Zoekt Een Naam out of the calculation, he knows that he has the backside of the shack completely up and available. Tamil, though, what can you do here? You need to assist your friend. And you will be, unfortunately, also the first player to have to move.
Simsy starting off strong, though. Quizzy's going to find himself being knocked down here. They're trying to find him. The bullets are missing. Simsy somehow staying alive, but Tamil gets knocked.
Yeah.
He was stuck behind the rock, and it wasn't going to work out for him. More nades now coming out towards Simsy. The Deep's going to try and bring Quizzy up. This could be his trying to strike, though.
He needs to heal first. He's 15 HP, and they know exactly where they have him. 6 kills for Northern Lights. It's been a little while since we saw a win from them, but there's a good chance they'll get one here. Simsy, though, does manage to secure one. Secures the second one as well. There's just one player alive, Quizzy.
Quizzy heals himself up, and Simsy! No way! What? He's completely outnumbered, outgunned. They know exactly where he is as well. You're thinking Quizzy's just going to go back to full health and start spraying onto him, but Simsy one step ahead, and Besiktas take the win with 9 kills. And it was only Simsy and Tomil again getting all those kills.
He almost pulled it off against Quickmath last game. 1v3, dies to Insolenza with half HP, and we go like, oh, that was close, but was he really going to make it?
Yeah. He's proven. He was like...
Simsy, you're mad, man.
Simsy sat here saying, give me the clutches. Give me the clutch situations. I'll keep practicing this, and eventually I'm just going to win him anyway, because I'll be that good. You keep allowing me to have these situations, and eventually I'm going to pull it off. You nearly pulled it off in game 1, and you just completely clutched it out in this second game. What a way for it to go down. Northern Lights, you guys are going to be kicking yourselves when you watch that back.
That is absurd. I thought there was no way. Once Terminal went down, I thought, yep, that's their flank player. Now they can have 3 barrels looking one direction. But Simsy activated God mode, and there was nothing they could do. I don't even think he took any damage in the end of that. He just, boom, sprayed on the first guy, boom, sprayed on the second guy. And once Quizzy peeked over the top, there was nothing he could do. He got caught in his animation trying to get up. And I think, honestly, I'm pretty sure that Simsy was down to his last magazine as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He had like 20 bullets spare when he started doing the shooting.
He'd been shooting for so long.
Exactly. Arrows just sent full speed forward as he got knocked there. But that was a crazy ending. Simsy, wow.
I think both of us thought that it was just going to be him going down.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I even called it that it's been a while since we saw a little while since we saw a Northern Lights win, because they came off so strong in the beginning of the finals. And I thought that was going to be their return to chicken dinners. But nope, Simsy denied them that, and that's just going to be Besiktas. I mean, crazy day for them so far. 9 kills in this one. Wow.
Wow, oh, wow.
Were Besiktas the team that didn't have a 4th player from the start today on this one?
Well, they could have been, because we didn't actually see Lux at all.
I was thinking, where
we
was
didn't check
Lux
who it was.
game?
Yeah, he might have dropped out.
So there was only 63 players on the server to begin with.
Connected, yep.
Could you imagine? I mean, that's just crazy. Also, the way that they played it, he knew that he couldn't peek out early because he needed either Northern Lights to go down so he could play the western side of the shack, or Zoekt Een Naam to go down so he could play the east. He just played it perfectly. Very little terrain to maneuver around, dodging nades all over the place, peeking those smokes to perfection. He was playing it so smart in the end there. Waited for their smokes to go out, destroyed the vehicle, just... You could not line it up any better for him.
He just needed a central focus point. I think what happened when, obviously, Zen go down, it was then where, okay, Tomil can poke out, take a few shots. They might focus on him then, and then Simsy had that time to work around it. But overall, you got to say, both Simsy and Tomil in both games were the ones that got all the kills again. They are feeling it, and they are hitting the shots. Besiktas, we said yesterday, looked better on Miramar. Things were, okay, not great placement points, but they were at least coming alive, taking some fights. Now they're getting the placement points, and they're taking the fights. That's a 1st and 2nd place today. 19 points with 9 kills on this game. And the previous one, they had 11 kills in the 2nd place.
8 spare bullets is what he had to work with. Sprays that one down, spots him just out in the field there, perfectly. Something he was reloading or something, and then Quizzy In the bush, boom.
The headshot.
What do you do?
The headshot of all things to hit. He's just taking a chance and he's rocking with it. And we're seeing, yeah, this is interesting now. So Besiktas, they're going to be very comfortable. Riddle have got 11 points here. That's going to see them massively go ahead of Avangar. Moonwolf will grab themselves an extra 8. 6 now for Quickmath as well. This is all teams that are just trying to work their way into this top 12 in some spectacular form.
That was absolutely insane. I was completely lost for words. Well, it just happened so fast.
Yeah, no, in my mind, I was already ready. I was just going to call it out as, great work by Besiktas, but Northern Lights. And it was the fact that when they went for the res, I was almost scared that that's when Simsy would strike. But then you pointed out Simsy had low health, so he went for the heal.
Yeah.
They allowed him to come back up, but Quizzy then couldn't heal himself up quick enough. He only pulls the heal off after his 2 teammates have gone, and he already then has a great idea of where he is, does the perfect spray down, and it's just a headshot he lands instantly.
I mean, I kind of threw it to you there in the end. You're like, oh well, just you can take the end of it. Just like, okay, well,
10 seconds,
game over.
2 seconds,
Never
maybe,
mind.
3 seconds. Yeah, boom, everyone's dead.
Absolutely mad. Simsy, you beast. 718 damage done. Well, he didn't get a lot of damage done. He got killed pretty early.
This is an unfair comparison.
That's rude. I guess they're both Norwegian, so that's the Norwegian comparison.
We're highlighting Eyeball just to be like, you came, you saw, you died, mate. Don't worry, you just wait there. But Quickmath, they'll hold on to that 6th place. Besiktas have now got over the 300-point threshold and moved up to 4th place. Moonwolf still standing within it. Riddle now making a wider gap of 11 points between them and Avangar.
Not only taking, but surpassing like that as well. That is huge. And for Avangar, we haven't seen their Miramar game been good lately, honestly, to such an extent. I mean, sure, they had a good placement yesterday with the whole playing outside the combat. I think they got a 3rd place that game or 2nd. No, they got a 2nd place that game, but didn't get a lot of kills with it. I am scared on behalf of Avangar. They need a good final game here today.
They need a good final game here today, and they need a completely played to perfection, top 8 every game minimum when it comes into Miramar for the final 3 games of this standings.
Yeah.
This is the nature of the game, though. You have to put up the consistency, and that's something they have not been able to do. It's been a lack of that, and we're just going to continue to run through games by the looks of it.
Okay.
No problem.
breaks.
Let's do it.
Who needs breaks? We did get delayed for 1 hour today, so of course everybody wants to get it going as quickly as we can. And who needs potty breaks when we can get more PUBG?
Well, I was just going to say to you, I'm going to take my headset off when the game starts, and I'm going to go for a pee, because otherwise I'm just going to piss myself. And we don't really need to be doing that on stream, mate. So you've got the beginning of the game here on your own.
I've solo casted before. I can solo cast a little while you get a chance to do your thing.
James. You see, when you get to my age, like holding it in is not really
like
an option for longer periods.
You
drink a lot while commentating, and it's just not one of those things that's going to happen.
In before I need to get one of those back,
I'm hopefully not at that stage yet. I'm old,
yet.
but I'm not quite at that point. Oh, we're going for a small break, producers. Tell us. I can go for a pee. Be right back, guys. See you in a sec.